#1 team in the country, riding an 18-game winning streak. The opposition, Lane Kiffin, who spent 3 years under Coach Saban as offensive coordinator, returns to Tuscaloosa in his second year as head coach at Ole Miss. He has them undefeated and ranked 12th. Friends, foes, maybe a little bit of each. And it's a rematch of a Wild West shootout of a year ago.
Tonight in Oxford on a rainy Saturday, Ole Miss hosts Alabama.
For those of you who like offense, both Alabama and Ole Miss can light up a scoreboard.
It's a new generation. It's a new generation.
Touchdown, Jerry and Ely. Touchdown, Ole Miss. Could you draw up the start any better for Ole Miss?
Touchdown, Alabama!
We got a boxing match here between Lane Kiffin and Nick Saban.
Najee Harris continues to run wild. Goodness gracious, what a night. Alabama 63, Ole Miss 48.
How hard I gotta shake you to wake up. Our minds made up. Last chapter we can keep shut. It's a new generation.
That's my quarterback.
It's a new generation.
He's in the end zone. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
So we can show the world what's next. It's a new generation.
Touchdown, Alabama. My goodness.
We won't stop.
See ya. Touchdown,
So we can show the world what's next.
With that, the scene is set. And the Home Depot SEC on CBS brings us to a packed house at Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa. 100,000 on hand for this battle between the Rebels of Ole Miss and the Crimson Tide of Alabama. And we welcome you, everybody. I'm Brad Nessler. My partners, Gary Danielson, Jamie Erdahl, will join us in a couple of minutes. We start to shake things down a little bit in the conference, Gary. Believe it or not, we're almost a third of the way through the season. Arkansas had their bubble burst in Athens just a few minutes ago, and LSU and Auburn's got a date tonight. So we look at the SEC West and we go, all right, is Ole Miss the team that can pick off Alabama?
Well, they can, but I think the Ole Miss coaching staff, I think the Ole Miss players, and the Ole Miss fans know that we're better maybe than a year ago, but like Arkansas found out, if you don't bring your A game, it's tough to beat the heavyweights, especially when they're at home.
You know, sometimes we talk about quarterbacks too much. You admit that. We can't skip this game without talking about these two guys, because if you're going to talk Heisman early, they're two guys in the run.
It would be hard not to talk about these two guys in the Heisman even this early in the year, and they deserve it, the way they're playing. Let's start with the Ole Miss quarterback, Matt Corral. He's got the full package. You watch him play and you go, what can't he do? I mean, he's got one of the spectacular arms you'll find in college football. He does it with his feet, and he also does it with Lane's offense.
And Alabama's got Bryce Young, and he's off to one of the greatest starts ever for an Alabama quarterback.
He's the new guy on the stage this year. Last year was Mac Jones. Now, he may not have the first-round draft picks. We don't know. But they've reloaded pretty well, and Bryce Young has been, as you said, nearly perfect.
All week, Lane Kiffin and Nick Saban have tried to downplay the fact that it's not about the coaches, it's about the players. I don't care. We got to talk about the coaches a little bit.
I think, I mean, they've been saying nothing but nice stuff about each other, but as they meet, you got to know. Nick Saban knows he has not lost to an assistant coach. Lane Kiffin knows, and I think Nick, he doesn't want to lose, but he doesn't want Lane Kiffin to be the first guy.
He doesn't want to lose to anybody, but especially not Lane Kiffin.
Lane Kiffin.
We'll see how it goes. Just about set to kick it off. We'll check in with Jamie, and then we'll have the 69th edition of the Rebels of Ole Miss and the Crimson Tide of Alabama. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by
Lane Kiffin putting his hands up before the ball was thrown.
Crimson Tide is the champion of college football.
There's no arguments. Those are called actions.
A week before the championship, Lane Kiffin got fired.
Now they get to go and cherry pick players from other places.
Good players go to a good team. Is that going to make the rich get richer? You can decide that.
I wish the media would stop upsetting Coach Saban. That don't really help us a lot on how that place works.
Here come the Rebels of Ole Miss, ranked 12th in the country, off to a 3-0 start. And the Crimson Tide of Alabama, the defending national champions, ranked #1 as they always seem to be, and off to a 4-0 start. $100,000 on hand, something we didn't have a year ago, and it's so good to see packed houses again. Thank goodness. Alabama won the toss and will defer, so Ole Miss is going to get their hands on the football first, and we'll see #2 Matt Corral in action to start with. Let's go down to Jamie Erdahl.
Coach, last year you had a page of notes from your time here to reference back as to what bothers a Nick Saban coach team. What's on the backside of that piece of paper to tell you about today?
Well, let's hope we didn't run out of pages. So here we go. Get your popcorn ready.
Well, what's the big thing?
Whoa. I guess he's ready.
Get your popcorn ready.
That was a drop the mic moment, Jamie.
I will say this, Ness, about referencing the number of people, the crowd, the 100,000. The Alabama coaches that we talked to admitted that the crowd affected them at Florida.
And then Lane Kiffin countered by saying, you know what? With tempo, sometimes the fans don't know when to cheer, so if we get things rolling and we keep moving the chains, it won't matter to us. We'll see.
That's a big mouthful.
It sure is. Alabama's won 15 of the last 17 meetings. And if you're just joining us, Jamie was one question in, and
mic drop.
Mic drop. Well, maybe that just shows the intensity and how bad he wants this.
Yeah, I think he's done saying good stuff about Nick for about 2 hours.
It's over.
Yeah, right at the...
Will Riker to kick off. Kieran Ely, John Rice Plumlee are back deep for the Rebels. Here we go. And that one, they were hoping to go out of bounds, and it did go out of bounds. So that'll bring it out to the 35. It was about a foot away from hitting the pylon down there.
Taken out of bounds. Number 16. Receivers have elected to put the ball in play at the 35-yard line.
As you hear Ken Williamson, our referee. So not exactly the start the special teams was looking for. One more bounce than it would have gotten the corner, but it took a sideways hop. And with it, we'll give you the Papa John starting lineups. All starts with the quarterback. Matt Corral off to a sensational start. 7 touchdowns combined 2 weeks ago against Tulane. 4 on the ground, 3 in the air. Missing one of his top weapons today, but he comes up firing on a first down throw immediately to Dontario Drummond. And a pickup of 13. Here's the rest of the offense. We got to set him in a hurry. Drummond, 8 straight games with a touchdown catch. He's got the first catch of the day and a first down at the 48-yard line. Here's a quick throw, a little wide receiver screen. This one only got about a yard to Jaden Jackson. And Jackson run down and run over, and he's in there because they're missing Jonathan Mingo, one of their leading receivers. Will Anderson, a leader of the pack on the Crimson Tide defense, off to a good start. 9 tackles for loss already on the season. Corral's in trouble. Runs out of it, and a good run it is. Got it into Alabama territory to the 46.
Well, one of the things that strikes you right away coming into this game is that you have to have the mobile quarterback to make those plays like that. They've always given Alabama problems, and makes me think back to the last time that we had a #2 play in this stadium in 2012. Johnny Manziel did it just like that.
You and Vern called that one.
Yep.
That was a heck of a game. And Ely's going to get the first down. So the drive stays alive.
Everybody thinks of Lane's offense as a pass-happy offense. It is not. They run the ball effectively, and everything comes off of their running game.
They average almost 300 yards on the ground over.
I think Helms is nicked. Yes. #2, the safety. And that is a problem area for this Alabama team. They made a lot of mistakes at safety a year ago in this game, and they don't want to lose one of their veteran players at safety.
He's coming off. And An interception a week ago in the win over Southern Miss.
I wonder if they're going to look at targeting here. Jeff Levy will call most of the plays all game, but the script is starts going with Lane Kiffin's 10 plays.
The review is whether or not he reached the first down marker, I guess. I thought he had it all the way.
He did too.
His knees never hit the ground because he was being held up by the arms of the would-be tackler.
Well, you could see it was Helms was kind of glanced his helmet off that play.
Significant yards are gained to first down. First down.
So
interesting review right there. Usually when it's that close, they just kind of say close enough. Helms on the left side lowers his helmet. I thought that might be what they were looking at on the play because they collided.
So first down for Ole Miss. There's opening drive. Just a minute and a half in. They've already reached the Alabama 42. Ely switches sides with Corral and gets the call. Good run. Gary and Ely picked up about 5. Put up down by Phil Mathis.
No matter how I asked the Ole Miss coaching staff, whether it was Lane or Jeff Levy or Matt Corral, what's the key? They all said tempo.
Right. And they've got the tempo moving right now. Play fake. Corral pulls it, throws it. Dangerous pass out in the flat to Ely. Ely broke a tackle. It almost was a face mask. Picked up positive yardage. He's short of the first down.
Good job that time by Christian Harris, number 8. He had his man, did not clean up the tackle, but slowed the play down enough for the pursuit to come in and make the play.
Third down. Ole Miss 39% on third down, but they go on fourth down a lot as well. Ely broke the first tackle, but he didn't get away from Drew Sanders. It's fourth down.
And when you play against these spread teams, it even emphasizes more the importance of wrapping up your tackles. Toa blew up the play, but Sanders made the finished tackle. And are they going to go on fourth down?
Well, they're 12 out of 14 already on the year. And they need about 3 here. Parrish in the backfield with Corral. He's going to throw the other way on the run. First down and then some. And Henry Parrish with a first down reception.
So when you sit up here and try to say, all right, on fourth down, how are they going to attack him? They let 4 rushers just come clean. It was basically a quick screen to the running back. He slid through beautifully designed play.
Corral throws to the outside of the 20, complete to Jackson. Jackson's first 2 catches, he is in there because I mentioned that Jonathan Mingo's got a foot problem and he was their number 2 receiver. So pressed into duty and he's doing well on this drive already.
Alabama not lined up on that play because the hurry up went, whistled. So Will Anderson's trying to get lined up, but Ole Miss was not ready either. The Rebels are still getting set on the play.
That's about the first thing that's slowed this drive down. Backs it up to second down and 9.
Number 51, Umana, the new center transfer from Utah, has been able to strengthen this Ole Miss offensive line. It allowed Brown and James to slide out and really made 3 positions better.
Here's a little jet sweep to Drummond. Drummond's got a blocker in front, a stiff arm. Across the 20, and he's still going down to the 12-yard line.
A holding penalty, though, on Pearson.
Yeah, when I said he got a block, I didn't say it was a hold.
Yes, I think 0 is going to get called.
So back-to-back penalties.
Holding. Offense. Number 0.
So now they're going to walk it back outside the 30-yard line. Up to the 35.
Penalties have been a problem for this Ole Miss team. It hasn't showed up. They've been scoring so many points. But when you play the top level, you see the grab right there at Malachi.
2 weeks ago, they had 9 penalties against Tulane, and that's the best outing they had as far as number of penalties. Yeah. 2nd and 19.
Bama rushes 3.
Corral, plenty of time. Throws a back shoulder. Oh, did he catch that ball?
Holy cow!
Braylon Sanders did.
Not only does he spin and catch it with his right hand, but he's aware of where his feet are. Look at this throw. Look at the coverage.
Oh, man. They go in a hurry and no looking at it. Corral's trying to get to the first down marker and won't. Will Anderson made a tackle.
You don't mind missing a snap for that catch, do you?
No way. That's sensational. 4th down again. 4th down and 2 this time. Trips to the top of your screen. It's Parrish, and he's got another first down. Tackle made by DJ Dale, but not before he got just what he needed.
His number of different weapons that this Ole Miss offense has. As important as anything to me in this game is, can they run the ball between the tackles? Because that's where their RPO game comes from there. Every play for Ole Miss starts with the ball in the belly of the running back, and then it goes from there.
Perry stays in. First down at the 15 of Alabama. Maybe a corner blitz coming here from the Tide. And they'll bring it. Corral pulls it. Nastag, get rid of it. Throws it into the student section.
This is an interesting discussion on whether it was intentional grounding. I don't know if he could see anybody, but there was an Ole Miss receiver in the area. Might want Gene to clarify that about, was he throwing it away? He was in the tackle box? Because...
Well, he's getting spun around by the blitzer. So...
Or was he trying to avoid the sack?
Gene, you're with us. What do you got?
Yeah, guys, 2 things. When the quarterback is in the grass before he starts his throwing motion, if he's being tackled, then he's responsible for where that goes. It's clearly uncatchable, and it's a good job of the officials of getting that.
All right, Gene, thanks. There's a run off the right side by Ely. This is the opening drive of the ball game. 5.5 minutes in, and Alabama hasn't been able to slow down Ole Miss. They've got them in 2 4th down situations, but they picked up both of those conversions on 4th. Corral's only miss was the intentional grounding a moment ago. They can get a first down at the 5. Corral whips it out. Ely broke a tackle, heads to the corner, and did he get to the first down mark? He's about a foot shy, I think. But he did make something out of nothing there.
So Malachi Moore does a good job on the outside of defeating the block. But Ely is just better. He gets right through the tackle, a missed tackle.
Another 4th down. And this time, they did not, or did they get it? I don't think so.
Nope.
Tim Smith in there to make the stop. So all that green grass they covered, and they get down close and don't convert their 3rd, 4th down.
Oh, what a play by Tim Smith. He comes off, he holds up his blocker, and then he comes right off at the last second. Watch that. Push, push, push. You want to know why those guys do the bench press? Right there.
Big play by Alabama's defense. They'll have it on offense when we come back. Back in Tuscaloosa, 8:51 to go in the first quarter. 59-yard drive and 16 plays by Ole Miss, but they come up empty. And now our Papa John starting lineup starts with Bryce Young, another California kid. Waited his turn behind Mac Jones last year, and now he's the man, and he's off to a sensational start. 15 touchdown passes, tops in the SEC. He's only had 1 interception, and that was last week. It was a ball that could have been caught. They start at the 6-yard line.
Extra offensive lineman in the game.
Latu, the tight end, in motion. And quick throw out in the flat. And Jamison Williams, who's a huge addition to this team, transferring from Ohio State. John Mechie, I've been waiting for a breakout game from him, Gary.
They can come at any time. He's an excellent big-time receiver, catching it in the middle of traffic or down the field.
A couple years ago, we said Devontae Smith hasn't had a breakout game yet, and then against Ole Miss, it was 5 touchdowns, right? Something like that.
Devontae could broke out anytime.
There's Brian Robinson. And Robinson still going forward. It'll be a little bit short of the first down against the defense that looks like this. Sam Williams, an extra year of eligibility, came back, and they are happy he has a leading sack man in the SEC.
Yes, a year ago, Ole Miss had 1 third down stop the whole game. Third down and short.
A yard to go for the Tide. A long yard. Robinson gets that yard. And about 4 more.
So you know I've been talking to you all week about what will Alabama do. This 3-2-6 defense, this new defense that Ole Miss is running is designed for the spread. Will Alabama do a little bit what Georgia did to Arkansas, just pound the ball at them, or at least establish the run? Hard to with the skill they have at receiver and quarterback. I get it.
They've got 2 backs in there now, McClellan and Robinson. Flanking Bryce Young on first down. He pulls it and gets it out to McClellan in the flat. Broke a tackle, got a first down. Out to the 31-yard line. So the RPO one way, the throwback the other.
Getting stops means you got to make tackles in space. It's difficult. I get it. We saw Alabama have trouble with it. These backs and players are just very skilled. And there's the way they play modern football. You're playing at 53-yard line.
First down at the 31. So after the stop, they were deep in their own territory. Now they got a little room to breathe. Slade Bolden crosses the field in motion. Bryce Young steps up, fires, complete. And it's Williams again.
Watch how Williams comes back to the ball here. He's a speed burner. He can take the top off of any defense. But the good receivers help the quarterback by coming back to it and make the play.
Out to the 46-yard line. Nothing slow about Alabama's offense right here, tempo-wise either. Robinson. Oh, man.
There's a stop.
That's a stop. And that was Dean Leonard coming up from the secondary. Lakia Henry and on the stop too and lost his shoe.
Because of the formation, Leonard, the corner to the boundary side, was in position to play it, and he did.
Second down and long for Alabama.
Tempo was the word, as Ness. I said to Ness about Ole Miss, and Brad said dictate. That is the word that Alabama used. We want to dictate the tempo of this game with our power and the ability to throw it when we want to.
McClellan up the middle. First down. That's dictating on the ground.
I think a perfect game plan, if the way Nick Saban would like it to make his defense sounder, is 8-play drives for touchdowns.
Yeah.
9-play drives for touchdowns. And they got one going here. What are they on, 7 already?
Chase McClellan had almost 100 yards on the ground last week against Southern Miss. A good run there. And a good mix of run and pass. As here he set at the 42-yard line on the first down. McClellan got to the 37 maybe.
So this 3-2-6, 6 defensive backs, and if you actually look a little closer at the 3 down linemen, they're really only 2 defensive linemen. It's kind of a glorified linebacker at the other defensive end spot. I went to Bill O'Brien and Nick. I said, Belichick would make you running against this, wouldn't he?
Yeah, they're doing it.
And they are.
Second down at 5. 3 receivers to Bryce Young's left. And Jaleel Billingsley, the tight end, in there as well. It's Ryan Robinson. Hit immediately. He got about 2 out of it. And Mark Robinson made the stop. So Robinson on Robinson. And it's third down. From the 35. And again, Alabama going quickly. reverse this time. Young delivers quickly to Billingsley. First down, Alabama. Ball came out at the end, but I think he was down.
One of the keys to throwing the ball against zone coverages is drive it and accuracy. And he did both of them on that one.
They did rip the ball out at the end of the play, but he covered it anyway. Bryce Young is perfect. 4 for 4. And a first down at the 28.
Are they going to take a late look at this, aren't they? Is it the replay official or a timeout by Ole Miss?
The runner was down prior to the ball becoming loose.
Yep.
Previous play is under review.
We're going to take a look. Ball, as Brad said, came loose. We thought maybe he hit the ground when it came loose, but they're going to make sure.
There's another look at it from behind Billingsley, a little different angle.
Perfect throw.
He's got it there. They're ripping it, trying to rip it out, and then he pulls it back in.
He does.
So I think it's a catch and recovery, actually. Or
if they're going to say, was it an incomplete pass? But I think he's got it. And if it is a fumble, he's got it again.
I agree. We'll find out, though. Review underway. And we bring in Gene Steratore. I think they might have just made the call, Gene, but we had our say. What do you think about the last play?
I feel like Billingsley has both feet down with possession, isn't falling to the ground, and I think the time element is in there as the third part of this, as him bracing for the hit. He's upright, he's not falling, so he doesn't need to survive the ground. I have it as a catch, then a fumble recovered by Billingsley.
All right, we all three agree once. That's nice.
And the replay official this time, too.
Okay, 4 of us. Not bad. So first down, Alabama.
Again, 2 for 2 on third down.
At the 28-yard line. 6 runs, 4 passes, 11th play of the drive for Bryce Young and company. Jamison Williams crosses the field in motion. Young zips it down the middle. Billingsley, another catch and another first down. Pick up a 13.
So Billingsley is listed as a tight end, but he's a glorified big wide receiver that lines up in that tight end position, and it's basically a mismatch. He's on a corner sometimes, but oftentimes on a safety or a linebacker over there.
Like we watched with Kyle Pitts last year. Brian Robinson back in now behind Bryce Young.
Slot tight end running back matchup is where offenses are moving the ball these days.
Snap was a little high. Young got it, gut of Robinson, and he only got back to the line of scrimmage. Nice swarming defense by the Rebels that time. Keydron Smith in on the stop, along with Otis Reese.
A little bit of a physical football game from the secondary that time, making plays and taking on blocks and knocking people down, and that's how you have to play good defense. Be physical, even though you're listed as a secondary player.
Bryce Young came in as the SEC's pass efficiency leader. Certainly is efficient on this drive. Hasn't missed one yet. 2nd and 10.
Bryce said he has the freedom to change plays himself. He doesn't always have to look over to the sideline. He told us yesterday.
Plenty of time, steps up in the pocket, fires to the end zone. Touchdown, John Mechie.
Well, there's 3 components here. Ness said that Mechie's due. He is due. He's too good not to catch a lot of balls. Lined up to the outside, down to the bottom of the screen. Number 2, decent protection. Just a 3-man rush. And Bryce Young breaks down the defense by buying that extra second for Mechie to get open.
And he put some smoke on that one to get it to Mechie to cap off the long scoring drive. Reichert in for the point after. It's up. It's good.
Love how Bryce Young does not need to have his feet planted to throw. Much like his favorite quarterback, right, Ness? Says he
just like Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers, you got it.
94-yard drive and 13 plays. John Mechie in the end zone for the 2nd time this season. 7-0 Alabama. First it was a 4th and 1 that stopped a long drive by Ole Miss. Alabama defense got it back in the hands of their offense, and they went 13 plays and 94 yards in 6.5 minutes to get the touchdown.
Yeah, just about everything has been according to the book instead of except Tim Smith's play on 4th.
Yeah, that was a big hit.
Yep.
Reichert's kick. The last one went out in the corner at the 1-yard line this time. It does go to the end zone. They'll bring it out to the 25. Has a chance for us to go to Adam Zucker in New York with a Jeep update. Zook.
Yeah, Ness, this Jeep is moving fast. 2 touchdowns in the first 3.5 minutes for number 11 Ohio State. Travion Henderson had a long touchdown run, and then Denzel Burke with the pick 6 to make it 14-0. Also got Cincinnati up 17-0 on Notre Dame, guys.
Wow. Keep us posted here at 7-0. Second time that Matt Corral get his hands on it here. They went 2 out of 3 in their 4th down conversions, but not enough to get any points. The throw is a dart and a first down to Braylon Sanders.
Lane Kiffin calls him a generational thrower, and you can see why. He's been around a lot of quarterbacks, but his ability to get that ball in and out of his hands, make the fake, and put it right on the numbers.
This time he'll keep it himself. No, I beg your pardon, it's Parrish on the carry. Second down and 8. This time he has to pull it down and gets back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be 3rd and long. Boygby in there to make the hit.
Well, Drew Sanders that time, number 20, got in the, was it Toa? His Toa. Got in the throwing lane, and that's what forced the pull down by Corral and the tackle inside. Alabama continues to stay with a 6-man box. They're forcing the pass.
Corral on 3rd and 8, rifles it, but it's going to be Drummond. Wicked hit at the end there. He's about 2 yards shy of the first down marker. I don't think they'll go this deep in their own territory, will they?
Interesting. Again, the Bama defense forces the pass where they want it, but don't get the first tackle.
Yeah, I guess they're going on their side of the field.
Lane is signaling what to do here.
Chase Rogers, the tight end, comes out in a slot on the right. 2 wide receivers to the left. Now they shift everybody in tight on 4th down and 2. Can they pick up another 4th down? Corral scans the field. Flushed. Sanders given chase. Throws late and out of bounds. Alabama takes over. And Lane almost threw his play card there, but he kept it in his hand.
How about that? The team that has made the most 4th downs this year, 12 of them are the 2 important. The last 2 ones, they do not convert, and great field position for Alabama.
And the Alabama defense does their job again, giving it back to their offense with a touchdown lead. They only needed that much, Gary.
I know, and they don't really have the quarterback sneak push in the offense, I guess. That one was stopped, and then the one right there on the sideline. They had Braylon Sanders coming across open, but too much pressure.
Ryan Robinson dragging would-be tacklers for about 16 yards.
Well, this is what I thought would happen. Alabama's saying, all right, you want to go to this defense where you got 6 defensive backs on the field on 1st down? We're going to run the ball at it, and we're going to run with power and see if you make an adjustment.
Spotted down at 31. Ryan Robinson again, and straight up the middle again, and a pickup of about 7. And that's going to bring the first quarter to a close.
Not only that, do they have an extra offensive lineman in the game? Kendall Randolph, number 85. They're going power against a 5-man box right here. And they're muscling their way to the first down and a big lead.
Let's play a little old-fashioned Alabama football. We've played a quarter. Alabama on the drive again, and they lead 7-0. Kiffin and his quarterback on the sideline as we start the second quarter. Bryant-Denny Stadium. Alabama on the march after a 4th down stop by their defense. They've got it at the 24-yard line of Ole Miss. 2nd down and 3. Brian Robinson straight up the middle, 1st down. You know, we've talked about it, and everybody I know has heard about it, but against his former assistant coaches, Nick Saban's never lost. 23-0 And Lane Kiffin's an 0-1 after that shootout last year. Right now he's on the short end by a touchdown here in Tuscaloosa. In the red zone again for the Tide. Bryce Young calmly steps in the pocket. Now not so calmly, throwing on the run and incomplete. Intended for Billingsley on the far sideline.
He should have been intending it for JoJo Earl, number 10, though. He got his eyes out to the outside and never really focused. He had an easy throw inside to the slot.
Number 10 at the 10 or inside the 10. Maybe that's who he was aiming that one at. I don't know.
I think so. I think he was trying to throw back shoulder out. He's a little more accurate than that, I think.
First miss. First time he hasn't been accurate. First incompletion. Second down at 10. Robinson. Went left, cut up the middle. Got about 7 more. It'll be third down and short. He's running like he's not hurt, huh?
He took the week off last week, but comes back this week going left behind Big Evan Neal, number 73, and that offensive line is showing what I thought Doug Marrone, Bill O'Brien, Saban would do in this look. Say, really? We can run power. Ole Miss can't.
Third down and 3. Same play. Same result. Robinson to the 5.
Only this time they have an extra offensive lineman in the game. Kendall Randolph. Number 85 is the left tight end.
Ryan Robinson.
Overloaded left with 2 tight ends in the game. How about that?
Ryan Robinson had the banged up ribs in the game we did against Florida. There's Bill O'Brien, the offensive coordinator. Doug Marrone, the offensive line coach. Both former head coaches in the NFL. And Brian Robinson only got about a half yard out of this one.
Yeah, I was thinking when you cut those guys open, O'Brien and Marrone, it's run the ball with power when you want to. When you want to be able to run the ball, you have to be able to do it.
You meant deep down in the guts.
Deep down there. You got it.
Second down and goal. That's JoJo Earl in motion, so it's trips to the right side for Bryce Young. High snap. He rolls that way. In trouble. Fires late and incomplete into the crowd. Intended for JoJo Earl. At least he was the closest receiver.
Really good job by that Ole Miss defense that time. Picking up, going trips to the bottom of the field, measuring up, getting pressure inside. Good job by Chase Campbell reading the play and putting on the late pressure inside.
So it's third down and goal at the 5. That's Chance Campbell, a transfer from Maryland, who's a leader and the leading tackler on this defense for Ole Miss. Number 44 right in the middle. Chase McClellan in the backfield for the Tide from the 5. Billingsley on the move. Bryce Young looks right, looks left. Has time, running out of time. Down he goes. No, he got away. Young to the goal line. He's short.
I think Cohen tackled him, number 70. He tried to push him forward, I think, to the end zone, and he got off balance.
And he's saying, let's go right now, fourth down, but there's an injured Ole Miss player. Here's the diving attempt by Bryce Young, whose left hand's going to plant at about the 2-foot line.
I think his knee was down 2, but right around the 1 where they've got it marked is pretty close. But Houdini moved to get away, and then see, he kind of runs in. The Javion Cohen, number 70 on the play. It's interesting. I think he might have made it.
I had him going down before he even got this attempt. As you said, it was a magic act just to get out of that trouble. And the player that's shaken up is Sam Williams, who we highlighted earlier. He's been one of their key contributors, especially sacking the quarterback.
Talking to Bill O'Brien yesterday, he was really upset that when they were down in the goal line against Florida to put the game away, they could not do it. Now they have an opportunity again to see if they can get that short yardage offense and make this a 14-point game.
Another look at Bryce Young scanning the field.
Again, good coverage. Nobody really open. Gets away from Campbell on the play. And that's where Brad thought he was down, and then I thought he got pushed.
He got it down to that spot. 4th and goal at the 1. 4 out of 5 so far on the season for the Tide.
Alabama got the stop when it was down here.
They got the fullback in. I backfield with Brian Robinson, the tailback. Robinson's been the workhorse most of this drive. He gets the call. He gets the touchdown, Alabama. One-yard touchdown run, Brian Robinson.
Big Evan Neal, number 73, left tackle. And Cohen just rooted out that time behind the two big left tackle and left guard to just push it into the end zone.
Will Reichert in for the point after. Up and good. 14-0. Top-ranked Alabama. 2 stops by the Alabama defense on 4th down for Ole Miss. Both led to touchdown drives for the offense. This one 47 yards in 10 plays. Brian Robinson with the capper. 14-0 Tide. Join Gary. He'll be along with the HQ team after our game here today. Alabama a 14-0 lead on 12th ranked Ole Miss. Reichert's kick will go into the back of the end zone. Ole Miss will bring it out to the 25-yard line. Now it's time for our Do Project Smarter, presented by the Home Depot. It's not the first time Lane Kiffin's squared off against Nick Saban, Garrett.
No, the first time I saw him, 2009. Nick's team on his way to a possible national championship, and Terrence Cody saved it, a slowdown game.
And then last year in Oxford, it was nothing but racing up and down the field for both teams. Najee Harris, a late touchdown, and 63-48.
Well, Lane's going to need points because the last 4 times Alabama's played him.
2 smart game plans, but now you got to do things smarter and possess the ball.
Everybody's thinking about 63 being an anomaly. The last 4, 63, 62, 66, 59 is the least number of points they've scored the last 4 times they played Ole Miss.
Both quarterbacks doing their job so far today. Matt Corral, and a flag flies in, a false start on the Rebels. Says the head linesman. And the left tackle, Broker, is the guy that jumped. Not much, but
first guy looking at you right there.
Just that much. You know, you just sometimes think, you know, I weigh 310 pounds. Can I just bend a little bit? No, you can't. 2nd down and 10. Corral, quick throw and a slant. Drummond kept his balance, got the first down. Gets all the way up to a 15-yard pickup.
Well, the passing game has worked when they threw on rhythm. The pass rush is when it has not been able to do it.
Right. And this one's going nowhere, courtesy of Will Anderson, number 31. Man, he's rangy.
He is. And with Henry toe-to-toe, left side of your screen, number 31, number 10, dodges and ducks under a block at the same time. Inside, number 50, Tim Smith is there. Good defense.
2nd and 10, here comes toe-to-toe, and it's a screen pass out in the flat, and Drew Sanders blew that up. Along with Byron Young.
Again, the rush, toe-to-toe comes in untouched. Actually, both linebackers were coming in untouched on the play. Great call. Defensive coordinator Pete Golding dialed it up exactly at the right time. I'll tell you this, Drew Sanders, number 20. He is a football player.
Not a spot you want to be in for Matt Corral. 3rd down at 14. And he's pressured again by Anderson. Got it out to Parrish in the flat. Perry's trying to make something out of it, and it's going to be 4th down long. DeMarco Ellams finally put him down. at the 10-minute mark of the quarter.
The pass rush has been the problem. Blitz at the right time. Get pressure on the quarterback so he can't throw in rhythm. It's been the difference in the game.
Mack Brown to punt. That's JoJo Earl. Back deep. First punt of the day. Nice lazy hanger down to the 15 to Earl. First two guys missed, not the third. Got about a 3-yard return out of that. End of the play. Mark Robinson on the tackle on JoJo Earl. But Alabama 2-touchdown lead with the offense coming back out. Alabama with the 2-touchdown lead as it's time for our hometown connection right now, presented by T-Mobile. Here's Jamie.
Two young men from Southern California, their hometowns about 70 miles apart, felt drawn to come play with and against the best. However, their roads to the SEC were not as direct as you're seeing here. Matt Corral was originally committed to Florida, but when Dan Mullen went to Gainesville, Corral headed to Oxford instead to play. And Bryce Young was about to become, that next great USC quarterback in his backyard, but he knew he needed to be challenged, and he bought into Steve Sarkisian at the time, and now is truly blossoming in this Bill O'Brien offense.
And Matt Corral was at Lane Kiffin's football summer camp when he was 14, and here they are, lo and behold, leading the Rebels of Ole Miss now. Great stuff, Jim. Robinson at about 4. Otis Reese in on the stop.
The urgency for this Ole Miss defense right here. Counting last year's games, when they scored the last 8 times they had the ball against Ole Miss touchdowns. Now 2, that's 10 consecutive drives that ended in a touchdown for Alabama.
There's the first two, 94 and 47, both after 4th down stops by the D. Bryce Young looked at Brian Robinson, now comes back to the near side to Slade Bolden. Short gain, it's going to bring up 3rd down.
Great patience by Bryce Young. Ole Miss sitting in a deep zone that time. Did not force anything in, but put it into 3rd and short. And the Ole Miss defense get a stop.
Down to 8.5 minutes to go in the half. Top-ranked Alabama, 14-0 on 12th-ranked Ole Miss. 3 receivers bunched to Bryce Young's left, including Mechie, the middleman. Bobbled snap. Young pulls it down, fires on the run, throws a strike. First down, Slade Bolden.
I don't know how you stop that. Remember, we said the pass rush has been bothering Ole Miss. He takes his eye off the snap, but once he breaks that 3-man rush, it's just too much time for that secondary to cover all those guys.
Look at that arm talent, too. I mean, both these guys can really.
He doesn't have to step into anything.
No. He's not the biggest guy in the world either, but he's got a big arm. Here's Chase McClellan. Pick up of a couple. Brian Robinson so far today. Remember, he took the week off to let those ribs heal a little bit. Didn't play last week, but he is playing and looking like the Brian Robinson of old, or of new maybe, including the touchdown from a yard out. Another guy that waited his turn behind Najee Harris, though he did pick up almost 500 yards on the ground last year. He's got 61 on 12 carries so far today. Another high snap. Young backpedaling, throws it in the ground. It was outside the tackle box. Cedric Johnson was given chase.
Did he get it across the line of scrimmage? Was there a receiver there? The blue line is the line of scrimmage. Has to get it. Oh, I don't know.
Brian McClellan would have been the guy closest to the ball, I guess.
Let him get away with it. Bounced it right at McClellan.
McClellan was trying to clear out of the traffic of his own offensive lineman and never did get open. 3rd down and 8.
Let's see if Ole Miss brings 3.
McClellan trots back into the Alabama backfield. They have to hurry on the clock. they got it away or they got a timeout.
Nick Saban called timeout. He just didn't feel like it was too close to let him go.
So we'll take the timeout as well. Just over 7 minutes remaining first half. Alabama 14-0. 9 Central on CBS.
As important this stop is in this drive right here, you wonder if Ole Miss and DJ Durkin doesn't say, I got to bring more than 3 guys.
And our AT&T 5G pylon cam. The Tide would like to get back to the goal line right there, as they've been a couple of times today. But a stop, as Gary said, would be welcome to the Ole Miss folks right here if they can get them off the field. 3rd down and 8, 3 receivers to Bryce Young's left. Bring the extra rushers. He's going to go deep. Got a man out there. Williams overshot him. Jamison Williams had a step and too much on that throw.
The blitz was picked up. Ole Miss brought 5. So Bryce Young knew he had man-to-man, and he went to his speedster. He had him, just overthrew him. Picked up well, passed off well inside by Delcourt, center number 71. Enough time to complete it, but just overthrown.
And you saw the look on his face in the previous replay where he knew he had him. Kind of grimaced as if to say, I would have had a nice long touchdown pass if I'd have pulled the string on that a little bit. So Ole Miss does get the stop it needs. Takes over. First down with just under 7 minutes left. We'll see if Lane Kiffin can put something together with his quarterback and get on the board when we return. All right, Zook, see you in about 7 minutes. 14-0 here. Alabama in front. Let's test your knowledge with today's trivia question. Is what's the highest finish of an Ole Miss player in the Heisman Trophy voting? Highest finish Ole Miss player in the Heisman. We'll let you know a little bit later on. This guy is in the running if you want to consider it this early in the season, Matt Corral. But so far his team has no points from the 22. Matt to throw. Plenty of time. Going to go long. Man overshot Drummond. Ontario Drummond double covered really back there.
And that time you have to give this one to the Alabama secondary. Good protection by Ole Miss. 4-man rush. Really nowhere to throw the ball with the deep one that time. To me, the slant pass has been their only weapon in the game so far. Quick, rhythmic throws on the slants have been working.
First 3 games plus 75 on the points. 2 touchdowns down here just in this half. It still has 6:49 remaining. Corral is going to run this time. Got about 3. 3rd down. Alabama crowd trying to make it difficult for the Rebels here on 3rd down and 8. Corral, quick strike that Gary talked about. Wicked hit put on the receiver Jaden Jackson, and he's still down.
And it was Helms, number 2, who left the game earlier. I guess he's okay, but the slant has been, the accurate has been the play, but met perfectly. Great tackling in the secondary.
Helms might be okay that he came out earlier, but Jackson's not right now.
Perfectly. That bring your arms. He wrapped up. He went low and made a perfect form tackle.
Jaden Jackson pressed into more duty today because Jonathan Mingo's hurt, and now he's shaken up. Wow, Ole Miss is going on 4th and 1 at their own 31. Pitch. Ely trying to get through. The tackler in toe-to-toe says, Alabama with a stop again.
Well, Lane Kiffin said, get your popcorn ready. And that one needed to pop, and it didn't. Scraped out perfect by Toa. He's being the scrape linebacker. He has man-to-man on that back, and he runs it, and the option runs right into him. The former Tennessee linebacker transfer makes the play.
That popcorn was too hard to swallow, if you ask me. Your own 31, and now short field at the 27 for Alabama.
Not only that, remember, with this amount of time left in this half, they get the ball to start the second half as well.
3 4th downs that Alabama has stuffed. And now they're at the Ole Miss 27. Henry To'o with the big play there. Latu, the tight end, settles in the backfield. High snap is handled. And Chase McClellan picks up 4 or 5.
You can see the game plan. We're going to play power football, running between the tackles. Obviously, you got the passing game when you want. But in this situation, if you can take 3-4 minutes off the clock and put a touchdown out, you can win the football game right here.
McClellan stays in with Bryce Young on 2nd down and 5. Young down the middle, completes it. First down, Slade Bolden again. So Bolden's got a couple of first down catches.
The anticipation on this throw cannot be taught. Wait. He throws it before Bolden even turns around on the play. He starts his motion. The ball is there, puts it on his hip, leads him away from the linebacker. Perfect execution.
At the 12-yard line, another Alabama first down. Little swing out to Mechie. Broke 1 tackle. Picked up 4. Sam Williams, who was shaken up earlier, back out there to make the tackle. And we're under 5 to go in the half. Scoreless half for Matt Corral and Ole Miss so far.
And here comes in the extra offensive tackle. Kendall Randolph, number 85, is going to line up at tight end, meaning they have 3 tackles on the field and a tight end. That's some beef to the left.
McClellan, the pistol set behind Bryce Young. He'll get the call. McClellan gets inside the 5. It'll be 3rd down and 2 or 3. We look in high into Bryant-Denny Stadium. The ball just shaded inside the 5-yard line. Brian Robinson is checked back in on 3rd down and 2. Robinson has scored once today. Trying to get to the first down marker. He's a little bit short, I think.
Well, they went for it on 4th down once. Will they do it again? Snap's been kind of all over the place. Yeah. And the mesh has been a little sloppy all day.
There's been a lot of high snaps.
Yep.
4th down. This is a 4th down ball game for both teams. They need a yard.
Remember in this before they ran left for the touchdown.
Oots, the fullback. Robinson, the tail. Play fake. Throw to the end zone. Wide open. Latu, touchdown, Alabama.
So they gave him the exact formation, same motion, brought the big extra tackle in. They faked the play, and then Latu's too open. Easy pitch and catch.
That looks like a Brady Gronk thing, doesn't it?
It
I mean,
sure
that was
does.
just too easy.
Cameron Latu, a former defensive end, shifted over to tight end. He looks like a natural at that position.
Absolutely. Blackford in for the point after. It's up and good. Well, 3 times today, the Alabama defense has made a 4th down stop on Ole Miss. And 3 times they've turned them into touchdowns. In this case, Bryce Young's touchdown pass. 6 plays and 27 yards, and it's 21-0.
At T-Mobile.
Bryce Young with a touchdown toss, his 16th of the year. And for Latu, he's having a sensational year. He leads Alabama with 5 touchdown catches. Here's a run back by Ely from the 1. Not going to make it to the 20. Well, maybe he will. Still dragging tacklers. He will make it past the 20. Well, a little bit earlier, we tested your knowledge with the Aflac trivia question, which was highest finish of an Ole Miss player in the Heisman Trophy voting. Actually, 3 third-place finishes. Jake Gibbs in 60, and he was an All-American. Archie Manning and Eli Manning. In those 3 years, Joe Bellino won it for Navy. Jim Plunkett won it for Stanford, and Jason White won it for Oklahoma when Eli was third.
Well, pressure, obviously, they've got to score. They need a drive. They need to make this a football game.
Play action, corral, fumble. Ball is loose, scooped up by Alabama. It's Justin Eboigbe.
I think it was 48 Mathis that made the play. Comes around the outside and lodges it free. Almost picked up for a scoop and score that time, but recovered at the end. But it was Mathis, 48, who made the original play and knocked it loose.
Bill Darian Mathis was on the pregame show with Zook and the guys talking about 3 things he likes. He likes to sack quarterbacks and force fumbles.
And how about when we asked Will Anderson yesterday, who's the other guy if it's not you?
Yeah. He said,
Mathis.
that guy.
Yeah, that guy right there. That's my guy, he said. I can get him going, and puts his hand right on the football. They practice that every day. Everybody does. All the teams do now. When you come around the corner, you go for the football.
Another short field for Alabama at the 14. With 2:39, 2 timeouts left. They can do whatever they want here, which is maybe run the ball some more. And that's the call. Up and inside the 10, still going, is Robinson. They don't ever get him down, but he's going to be spotted probably at the 9. And a workhorse first half for Brian Robinson.
Well, you mentioned it. It has been a game of 4th down. There's been 7 of them. Alabama's 2 for 2. Ole Miss 2 for 5.
They started off 2 for 2 and then 0 for their last 3, and those 3 have led to touchdowns. Brian Robinson again. Only about 2 yards this time. Bring up 3rd down. Quarterback comparison, the numbers are good, but the touchdowns a little different.
The biggest part of the game, Ole Miss not been able to run the ball, and they've not been able to get any pressure on the quarterback. Alabama been able to do both.
Third and 3. Need to get to the 4-yard line for a first down. 3 receivers to Bryce Young's left. He comes back to the right, though, and incomplete. Billingsley is looking for a flag. And he got it.
Just seems like the pressure being put in all different areas has been too much. Billingsley gets on top of him, and Jones just sticks his arm in the mid-waist and gets called. So Jalen Jones is a boundary corner. Means he's more into the short side of the field, so he's going to get the tight end a lot. He has not been able to handle Billingsley. That's the
Again,
second
from
time.
Pylon cam, you get a good look at it. That left arm draped around Billingsley's waist. And so they spot it with the interference in the end zone at the 2-yard line. 1st and goal. Brian Robinson sidesteps 1 tackler. Still driving. He's close. Not in.
I thought Chris Owens was going to score with him and the football at the same time. Watch pick number 79 grab him and almost carry both of them over the line.
2nd and goal. Robinson again. This time he's in for the 2nd time today. Touchdown, Alabama. Brian Robinson from a yard out twice today, and second effort as well at the end of the play.
I'll tell you, Javian Cohen, number 70, and Darren Delcart, number 71, center and left guard, are having a great football game. Offensive coordinator Bill O'Brien said Delcourt is playing some good football. He had big shoes to fill, and Landon Dickerson looks like he is.
Will Reichardt's point after is right down the middle. With 57 seconds remaining in the first half. Another short drive after the turnover. It's 28-0. Some smash mouth defense and likewise offense, and Alabama's got a 4-touchdown lead here.
I think so far the story of the day has been, yeah, there's a lot of spread offense in this league. There's a lot of great receivers and quarterbacks. But the big guys can dominate the line of scrimmage when they want to on offense and defense.
And so out to the 25 with 57 seconds to go and all their timeouts for Ole Miss.
Darian Mathis, number 48, comes around the corner and puts his hand on the football. Remember, the previous play was a 4th and short. Bama gets a stop on the option play. Then the next play, they come back and get the fumble and drive it in for back-to-back touchdowns.
So Bryce Young has thrown 2. Brian Robinson has run in 2. Now Matt Corral would love to get something positive here before halftime. 57 seconds left. They'll keep it on the ground, and it's Parrish. Got about 7 run out of bounds. Stops the clock with 53 ticks remaining. Three-man rush for Alabama. Corral had it batted in the air. Flags down. Might have a holding on top of everything else.
Same guy, 48 Mathis, being held, gets in the face of the quarterback Corral, and he makes the block at the same time of the pass.
Holding on the offense for 64.
Lined up over the center this time, goes one way and back the other way, and whacks it down.
2 years ago, he had a fumble recovery against Ole Miss.
His hand's right there on the jersey, too, isn't it?
Today he has a forced fumble and then a swatted pass away and a holding call.
I'm fortunate enough to be able to go and watch practice, and I was right next to him. It's a big man.
He's a big guy. Second down at 12. Blitz coming. Corral going down. Will Anderson.
So Will Anderson emerged last year, but this year he's a dominant football player. We saw one last week, Trey Williams for Arkansas. This guy's just as good. And he's got some guys along with him we've seen that can make plays as well. The defensive line and inside linebackers for Alabama. Toa, we've seen Mathis, we've seen Smith, just all of them up and down the line have been dominating the game.
Will Anderson told us yesterday his mom gave him a frame that says that he reads every day, be the player the coach warned you about. I'd warn everybody about number 31. Corral going to go down for a loss again.
And there's the other one.
And that's Christian Harris, the other one.
So we've showed you Sanders 20, Anderson 31, Tim Smith 4th down play, and they dial up the blitz, and then Christian Harris, maybe the best athlete of the linebackers, finishes the half.
What a way for the defense to finish the half as it's come to a close. Matt Corral, tough first 2 quarters. Alabama's done just about everything they wanted to do, but their defense has led the way to shorter fields for their offense, and then the offense has been able to do it through the air and on the ground. Let's check in with Jamie.
Coach, how do you put points on the board?
Well, we got to do a better job. We got to convert 4th downs, and when you play the #1 team in the country, you can't keep punting. You can see how quick they score touchdowns. So, you live by analytics, you die by them.
Thanks, Coach.
All right, see you.
End of the half, score 28-0, top-ranked Alabama. As we send you to Adam Zucker and our New York studio for the Geico halftime report. Zucker.
All right, Ness, Lane Kiffin.
Home Depot SEC on CBS set to start the third quarter at Bryant-Denny Stadium in Tuscaloosa. All Alabama right now, 28-0. We welcome you back. Brad Nessler, Gary Danielson, Jamie's down on the field. Alabama's thrown for 100. They've rushed for 100. They haven't had a penalty. They're 4-10. Their defense playing lights out. What do you do here if you're Ole Miss?
Well, they better start running the ball. They have not been able to run the ball at all. That's a big part of their package. They led the SEC in rushing last year. They're second this year going into this game. Without that, they haven't been able to keep that pass rush at bay for Matt Corral to play his game.
And the fourth down defense for Alabama has been sensational. 3 of those stops turned into 21 of the points, and then the other one was a forced fumble on Matt Corral that they ended up turning into a touchdown as well. That is a guy you do not want to kick it to. Jamison Williams had 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in his last game. They would probably try to keep it out of his hands, I would think. But we'll see. Kick away. He's going to camp under it at the 1-yard line. Jamison Williams across the 20. Not going to get to the 25. So nice job by the special teams of Ole Miss. Here's those 4th downs in the first half. The big stops that Alabama made.
Yeah, it started out early. That 4th down and short near the goal line really changed the tempo of the game. But from there, the option play led to a touchdown right here. And then after the sack fumble, they stick it in on 4th down for the pass. 4th down has been won, obviously, by Alabama.
And their own 4th down conversions 2 for 2.
Yep.
Tough first half for Matt Corral.
And no running game help by the quarterback either. No run game by the quarterback.
First down, Bama from the 23. RPO right down the middle of Slade Bolden for a big gain across midfield.
I talked to Slade at practice. Brought up his drop against Florida, and he goes, oh, man, you can't bring up the drop. I said, make up for it. I'll brag on you. There you go.
That's
right down the center.
3rd catch, 29 yards. Every catch he's had has been a first down, so he's holding on to it today. At the 48. Robinson with a tiptoe in the middle, and now the power taking Chance Campbell with him for 11 yards and a first down.
That just highlights the difference between the offenses right here. Because Alabama's able to run the ball, this time they run after the RPO. But on first down, Ole Miss is gearing up for that power running game, and they hit you behind it. And then they come back and say, remember, we're going to keep running it, too.
All the way to the 36. And now it's Chase McClellan got the edge. Nice job, though, to close it. And short gain as we check in with Jamie.
A very calm and controlled head coach Nick Saban coming out to start the second half. He did admit that he was pleased with how the run game fulfilled itself in the first half, but he knows Ole Miss can score. So what was the goal in the second half? He said control pace, tempo, keep the ball in our court, figuratively speaking, and he was really pleased to have the ball to start the second half. Possession, possession, possession.
He also felt his team learned a valuable lesson against Florida.
Right.
And he's been beating them with success.
3rd and 7. Young fires far side. What a throw.
Isn't that nice?
John Mechie, first down.
That's clear across the field, almost hash to the outside line. It's on the left hash. He steps in and throws about a 35, 40-yard pass right on the dime.
There you get a look as it's coming right at you.
Not a lot of air under it either.
Beautiful.
Let's go, defense. Come on, make noise.
First down, Mechie to the 18. Back in the red zone, back to the running game. Brian Robinson. Robinson straight up the middle. Touchdown. Oh, boy. 18 yards, power and speed, and moves in the hole by number 4.
And 5-star offensive lineman just cleaning out the track in front of him again. Dalcourt at center doing the job, and Big Evan Neal. I mean, if you just want to zero in on number 73 all game, go, I wouldn't want to line up against that guy.
The dancing bear.
The dancing bear and strong dancing bear. think there was even a face mask at the end of it, almost. And it's close, isn't it?
Yep, they're going to go look at it.
Yeah, whether he made it, it is very close.
As a face mask.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Right
they
there.
had the face mask. Shouldn't face mask count 6 inches for the touchdown?
So.
Even
Plus, I think his shoulder hit and he still rolled in. Gene Steratore with us. Gene, what are you seeing?
I think he's short by the 6 inches, but I like the creativity of saying we'll take the face mask and add the 7 inches to make it a touchdown.
New rule, right? Well,
yeah, we need a new rule like that.
Somebody does that. Somebody's stolen that already. New rule.
Anyway, they're having a look at it. So hold the phone. Maybe it's not a Brian Robinson touchdown run yet. And I say yet because he's already got 2 short ones today. Again, nice effort by Otis Reese, just hanging on for dear life.
Look at that hop and that effort to get to the end zone. You want to score?
After further review, the runner was down with the ball in his possession at the 1-foot line. That will be Alabama's ball, first down, touchdown.
So they put it down at the 1-foot line.
You got to give it to Robinson here, don't you?
Absolutely. He's already got 2.
And he earned 1 there.
And he did. He's got 4 on the ground on the year, 1 as a receiver.
He's in the game. So this is the time when you're the quarterback and it comes.
I'm going to throw this.
No. If it comes in for anything but him, you just change it to him.
Sure.
You know, then everybody loves you too. Like, wait, it's a quarterback sneak for me? No, I'm giving it to T-Rob on this play. This is where a guy like Fauci would tell the coach to call something else, and then he'd give it and say, no,
I'm changing this to John Jones. All right, first and goal, the 1-foot line. Bryce Young, Brian Robinson is the backfield. Brian Robinson, touchdown, Alabama.
For sure this time.
That time is for sure.
Sometimes you got to think if you line up on the right side, if you're Chris Owens over there, you're going, could you run one my way one of these times? Because they are going left here.
And Robinson never did get stopped. He's still in the end zone. Another short touchdown. What a day for number 4. Reichard's point after. Snaps a little wide, but the hold is good, and so is the kick. Brian Robinson day in Tuscaloosa. 3 touchdowns on the ground, including that one. After he rumbled close, he made sure the second time. 35-0 tied. Pizza. Queen Latifah returns in a new season of the hit drama The Equalizer. Premieres Sunday, October 10th on CBS. If you used Queen Latifah about now, it's 35-0. Like to equalize the game a little more than this. Georgia won today, what, 37-0? They're the number 2 team in the country. And now it's number 1 Alabama leading number 12, 35-0. Fair catch taken in the end zone. Bring it out to the 25. As we take a look at our game trends. In the ball game through 2 quarters and a couple of minutes. Bryce Young, 6 different receivers, mixed it up beautifully. A couple of touchdown throws. Matt Corral hasn't been terrible, but they haven't put it in the end zone. He did have that fumble that led to a score, and the Tide 30+ in 31 straight. Tied for the longest streak in college football history.
And again, you know, talking about the Lane Kiffin offense, the misconception is he's just a pass-happy guy. Think back, you know, I mean, he had Derrick Henry.
Yeah.
He won with Jalen Hurts, Singletary at FAU. I mean, he's always built his offense on the running game, and then off of that, the RPO game.
And they try to run there, and Parrish, a short gain flag down, and that's going to be holding on Will Anderson because he was in the general vicinity, as he always is.
Holding, offense for the 78. 2-yard penalty.
So you want to play tackle and you want to play against number 31, okay?
Well, Jeremy James is going to be a great football player. They feel he's going to be their next best offensive lineman drafted by the NFL someday. Played guard a year ago. Is at his more normal spot tackle, but just a little bit of a growth.
Just a little bit. First and 20, back at the 15. Corral's going to flare it out in the flat to Jackson. Jaden Jackson got a little bit of room in front of him and a good pitch and catch, and they got a big chunk of that back. It's going to bring up short yardage on second down.
Had the perfect play on this time. It's a safety blitz by Alabama. They're bringing the safety and they dump it right into that open area. Didn't seem right, you know. I mean, it seems like there's a lot of space when you bring one guy like that. Somebody must have wanted me to drop off from Alabama. They didn't.
Back to the ground game and a first down run by Parrish. Needed 3, got about 5.
And I think this is what Ole Miss has to do, is establish that running game. It maybe not for this game, but for the rest, it's just their first game in the SEC.
Right.
I mean, coming up, they got Arkansas, and then they got at Tennessee, which won't be easy. So they got to reestablish who they are running the ball.
That's what they'll do here. Parrish trying to get to the edge. And a good run. He's a couple yards shy of the first down. Invesco brings you today's Scholar Athletes. Ben Bradford, Ole Miss, Will Anderson, who we talked about all the time for Alabama. Invesco proud to support student athletes on and off the field with a donation of $1,000 to Ole Miss and Alabama's General Scholarship Fund. Little pitch and catch, and should be a first down.
12 men on the field, but Alabama's upset because they feel that Ole Miss substituted, and they wanted to get their guy on the field. Nick's out to the 40. Really, they got 13 men on the field.
Substitution, defense, 12 players on the field to play with the ball at free play. 5-yard penalty will result in the first down.
So they substitute, and Alabama wants to send in Tim Smith. When they send him in, it's, uh-oh, get him out. And Alabama's pointing to the other side saying, listen, we should have a chance to substitute on the play.
Right.
When it's on that near hash, that's when this fastball teams really use their substitutions. And it's supposed to be monitored by the officials for fairness for the defense to substitute as well.
First down at midfield. Drummond in motion. Corral's in trouble, got away from one man, going deep. Man out there, and broken up in and out of the hands of the intended receiver, Braylon Sanders. It was a good throw, it was good defense as well, and they just didn't complete it.
Jalen Armour-Davis that time did a good job of not panicking. He went back, saw the ball, pressure inside again. Guess who? Anderson.
Yeah.
And then the long ball, Armour-Davis hangs, and never gives up on the football. Good job.
2nd and 10. 3rd and 11. And Anderson comes up holding his knee a little bit.
Hang with the ball. Be ball smart. Get your eyes up. Could have been caught, huh?
Yeah, sure could have. Third down and 12. Snoop Connor in the backfield and now flares out of it. That's the pass to him on the edge, and Connor's got a first down.
Well, that time Jeff Levy, play caller for Ole Miss, guessed right. He guessed that it would be the inside blitz for Alabama. He got rid of the ball quickly, and they outflanked Alabama. Blockers downfield. It was only going to the running back the whole way.
Boy, Corral couldn't get it out of his hand fast enough, could he?
Nope.
And timeout taken by Alabama. With 9:42 remaining. Ole Miss trying to get something going offensively, trailing by 35. Wheels, the I-Cruiser here in Tuscaloosa. Look at that handsome guy. Yeah,
there we go.
That was one downfall there, but
Jamie always wins that picture.
yeah, she does. She wins the picture every time. It's like kind of like tailgating.
Right.
Yes. They might lose the game, but they never lose a tailgate. Coming up later, play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. Most of those plays of the game right now so far would be in the Crimson area. But Ole Miss has got something working here at the 38-yard line with a
balanced. 3 rushes, 3 passes. Good play call on that last one. Caught Alabama with an inside blitz. Had to take the timeout because they had 12 men on the field again.
That's the tight end Chase Rogers settling in the slot. Corral Going to go short over the middle, and picking it off his shoestrings is Snoop Connor, complete as we check in with Jamie.
Well, Matt Corral told us that he's learned at his time at Ole Miss to bring guys with you. You can't do this job alone. Well, he's learned so much to take his offensive linemen out to dinner, but he's smart. They do 50-cent wing night because I heard the offensive linemen eat an ungodly amount of wings.
I wouldn't want to be the wing person for that place. You lose money when you take the offensive lineman for wings.
I think wings and offensive linemen go together, don't you?
Somehow.
They build those things in college towns just for that reason. Whoa.
And Connor, first down. Snoop Connor, a bigger back.
Fit really well that time by Brown, number 55, and by James, 78. He just buried the linebacker on the play.
You know, Connor had 128 yards and 2 touchdowns last year on the ground in this game, and Ely also had 120 yards and 2 touchdowns. So they ran the ball really well a year ago, trying to establish it now, but the problem is they're down 35. Corral goes to the far side. Should be a pass interference over there.
Yep.
On Jalen Armour-Davis. Braylon Sanders, the intended receiver, and he just got mugged over there on the sideline.
Pass interference, defense number 5. Penalty will place the ball at the spot of the foul. It includes an automatic first down.
Take another look at it from our AT&T 5G pylon cam as Sanders is coming right at you.
Yeah, he's got his left hand on him and then his right hand in the face mask. That about covers it.
He just about took the pylon cam and everything with him.
But the inside, being able to run a bit, has opened up the offense for Ole Miss.
Now Henry Parrish has come back in behind Matt Corral. First and goal, right at the 10. Corral's going to run this one all the way, heading to the far corner, and he's in. Touchdown, Ole Miss. 10-yard touchdown run by Matt Corral.
Take a peek at Henry Toa, the middle linebacker. All that movement, all that fake. He's in the middle, right on the hash. He doesn't know which way to go. He goes to his left. The quarterback's going to his left, which will not work. Good play call, good blocking.
Good drive.
And nice design of both the drive and the play.
Caden Costa in for the point after.
You know what they did well on that drive? Avoided 4th down.
Yeah, exactly. And on the ground, they did it, including the quarterback. His 6th rushing touchdown of the year for Matt Corral. 35-7, tied. The whole web of Spider people right there in the front row, and they're having fun as their team leads 35-7. But a good-looking drive by Ole Miss, 75 yards in 10 plays. Matt Corral did it himself from 10 yards out.
This, again, shows how important those last 2 drives were at the end of the half. Ole Miss.
Yeah.
4th down play and then the fumble.
Slade Bolden on the return, got it to the 20, tiptoes out of bounds there, and that's where the offense will go back to work with Brian Robinson and Bryce Young. Will Anderson over there on the sideline. Earlier in that drive, after making a play, it looked to me like he came up holding his knee. We'll see. Jamie, what do you got?
Well, they're actually taking a pretty good look at the lower left side of his rib cage. One of the trainers had his hand up his jersey just to kind of manipulate the trunk there, and they continue conversations with him. He just raised both arms to see if he could do that without pain, but that's the area that they're focused on at this point.
I actually think that replay we saw there, Brett, he was already hurt. He was just kind of going half speed there.
Yeah. Well, he's in pain, and he's been in pain for Ole Miss today. So is this guy, Brian Robinson, blasts his way out for about 7 more.
All right, the Ole Miss offense found something to hang their hat on here. Now can the defense give them the ball back without the scoreboard changing?
Robinson over 100 and 3 touchdowns. Young, quick slant, complete. Rayshawn Holden getting in the act.
When Bryce Young saw Otis Reese, number 3, coming up inside, he knew he had the slant right behind him. When you see the strong safety up at the line of scrimmage, you're just going to do the RPO. See number 3 at the edge, 4-man rush, go to the slant right behind him. Perfect.
Got it all the way out to the 49 on another Alabama first down. Robinson, big hole off the right side. 8 more for Brian Robinson. Otis Reese tripped him up.
Well, you're up there with Bill O'Brien, and you go, I got to keep doing what I'm doing. Just keep going inside run, then dink him with the pass. Inside run, power, dink him with the pass.
Everybody's been waiting for the ground game of Alabama to wake up this year. 148 yards, most of it with Brian Robinson.
Exactly.
Gets a breather right now because McClellan's in there on 2nd down and 2. It's Roydell Williams, I beg your pardon, and he gets the carry. And Roydell's got a first down on his first touch. Roydell Williams had a big game against Southern Miss, over 100 yards in the first half alone. So
yeah, had to earn his way though back on the field. He fumbled in that Miami game.
Right.
Around here, when there's 4 or 5-star guys behind you, you don't want to
fumble.
He nods you can fumble, but that's about it. And he doesn't fumble very often.
At the 38. First down after first down. And Ole Miss just can't stop this yet. You know, Gear, philosophically, when you set yourself up to this 3-2-6, whatever you want to call it, it's not like you can just change everything at halftime.
You got nothing else. You're going to, we hope they run the spread. You know, if you're playing, it was built and kind of copied after Iowa State's defense in the Big 12. Yeah. You know, Arkansas does it a little different, but this is more the Iowa State look. But you're right. If somebody has the power to run over you like this, it's troublesome, that's for sure.
Mark Robinson played that beautifully. Tried a little slip screen to Jamison Williams and might have even lost a half yard.
Here we go. Here's the opportunity, though, to get out of it. Probably 4-down territory. Looks like too long of a field goal here. If I'm calling plays for Bill O'Brien, I'm thinking I got 2 downs to pick this up.
Robinson back in the backfield. Jamie says Chase McClellan will not return today, so it's going to be Robinson and Roydell Williams the rest of the way in the backfield. But it's been Robinson's day so far. Young in some trouble, trying to get out of it, and they finally get to him. And Cedric Johnson with the sack.
I think it started out with a high snap again. And did it, pretty good. Just gets it over there, but this time rushing 4 was able to get Bryce Young's eyes from downfield, decent coverage, and finally pressure from that Ole Miss pass rush.
He's been pressuring the quarterback pretty well this year. Cedric Johnson hadn't gotten a sack until now. 4th down and 8. So Alabama trying to give Ole Miss a little taste of their own medicine here, going on 4th down. They're 2 for 2, but not from this far out. Young fires, easy pitch and catch, and it's Billingsley for the first down.
What Alabama does, everybody does this, but what Alabama does well is cross their receivers. Billingsley is outside, but watch him switch inside and then get on that corner, the safety, and get man-to-man. It seems like every time they need a big play, they end up going to their tight ends here on 3rd or 4th down. Never know where he's going to line up as a tight end. Is he the wide guy, the slot guy?
First down guy in this case to the 17. Robinson hit for a loss by Mark Robinson at the 3.5-minute mark. Bryce Young, this is his 5th game. You talk about the guys that preceded him. Jalen, Tua, Mack, 17 touchdowns.
There you go.
Man, that's
and we were
equaling the standard.
And we were marveling. And remember, Tua, like, how can this ever be done? The only thing I'll say about Tua, he did it about in a quarter and a half.
Yeah, it seemed like he didn't play a lot in the 3rd and 4th quarters. 2nd and 11. Play fake. Young all day throw. Still looking. Here comes the heat. And now he's going to just get what he can, run out of bounds after a short gain. Fans are looking for a penalty on a late hit.
He does not like to run, does he? He hates to run. He waits till the last second. Even when he got like a half yard from the line of scrimmage, he still had his eyes downfield.
And he's going, this is how come I don't like to run. I don't like the landing. So it's 3rd down and 7. What an engaging personality he has. Spent a long time with him, a crew yesterday. And whoops. Head start for JoJo Earl, like a really long head start.
False start. Offense number 10. 5-yard penalty. Third down.
Well, Bryce did the fake clap that time to get the Ole Miss defense to declare what they were doing. But as Ole Miss moved, JoJo moved.
Yeah. JoJo took the clap literally.
Yes. Can't hear it from that far away. Watch the fake clap here to see what they're going to do. And as Ole Miss moves, JoJo's off.
So now 3rd down and 13. The final 2 minutes of the 3rd quarter. Empty backfield. Young, they're bringing some extra pressure. Got away from one guy, throws on the run, and it's intercepted in the end zone. Picked off, only the 2nd interception of the year for Bryce Young, and it's Keydron Smith. Boy, did Ole Miss need that.
Ole Miss drops into a zone. 3-man, 4-man rush this time, dropping into a zone, and as he moves up, he thinks, but you see on the outside, Mechie kind of runs away from the spot he was supposed to go. Mechie's going to the flag. Bryce Young's throwing the hook.
Guys.
How about Cincinnati? And Ole Miss, the good news is got the ball back. The bad news is they're at the 2-foot line. Oh boy, this is close. They're going to say forward progress at the 1.
They made it to the 3-foot line, but that's it.
Just trying to get any kind of breathing room down there after the interception. And took a look behind Snoop Connor, and boy, that was close to being a safety. 2nd down from inside the 1. Matt Corral to throw. Zips it. Too high, incomplete. Intended for Jaden Jackson. 3rd down. Crowd getting into it for the defense. Third and 10. Corral completes it and out to the 10. Big hit there put on by Helms on Chase Rogers, the tight end. He's a yard shy.
He wouldn't dare, would he?
I don't know. Corral says, let's go for it, coach. I don't know if he's going to listen to his quarterback.
There we go.
Apparently they will. 4th down at the 10-yard line.
Going to take a timeout and think it over.
That's going to be the case. With 44 seconds remaining in the 3rd quarter. Will Ole Miss go on 4th and 1 at their own 10? We'll find out. Nestler, Gary Danielson, Jamie Erdahl, and our CBS crew here at Bryant-Denny Stadium. 100,000 on hand. Ole Miss in town. Coming in ranked number 12 in the country and unbeaten. And they have seen Alabama roll to a 35-7 lead here in the final half-minute 3rd quarter. Ryan Robinson trying to go wide and drop for a loss. Good job defensively by Tysheen Johnson. And the top 10 we just saw as Zook gave us the report. Notre Dame falls to Cincinnati.
Well, we know Iowa ain't fallen.
No.
And we also know right now that Cincinnati is officially in the playoff hunt.
No doubt about it. Final seconds. Bryce Young's going to say, let's just let this run out, coach. Now come over and have a word. End of 3. Alabama, big lead. Tied #1 in the country and looking all of that and then some. Set to start the 4th quarter in Tuscaloosa. Top-ranked Alabama with a big lead over number 12 Ole Miss, 35-7. And Alabama offensively on the move to start the 4th quarter. Empty backfield. Bryce Young. Quick throw across the middle. Completes. We welcome you back to the booth, Brad and Gary. Well, through 4 weeks and 3 quarters, the recipe to beat Alabama we haven't seen yet, right?
No, they've got a lot of good players. You got to play a almost perfect game. And in this game, Ole Miss could not run it well enough, but also 3rd down. A year ago, they were 9 for 17 on 3rd down, but they were 4 for 4 on 4th down. In this game, they're 3 for 11 on 3rd and 2 for 5 on 4th. They can't hold the ball.
And those 3 that they didn't convert on 4th down all turned into Alabama points, 21 of them.
It's going to be holding against Ole Miss in the secondary this time, and it's going to be a 1st down for Alabama. Dean Leonard, number 24, is going to get called for holding.
Holding on the defense, number 3. 10-yard penalty between the spot. No result. First down.
Yep. Otis Reese, number 3, gets called. Transfer from Georgia. Ball was in Bryce Young's hands a long time, just 3. And the defense kind of just too long. Boy, I don't know. I thought it was on 24, to tell you the truth. I think he just saw 3 out of the corner of the eye. I think it was 24.
I think you're right.
Yep.
Brian Robinson broke another tackle. Going for about 20 plus.
Oh,
wow.
Man. Boy, that's visions of Mark Ingram, Eddie Lacy.
Derrick Henry.
Jeez, oh man. He's waited his turn. He's played behind Najee, 1st-round pick. Remember, this offense for Alabama had 5 first-round picks, and they've reloaded.
Brian Robinson just exploded down to the 30. Gets another carry here. He's got 5 more, maybe more than 5. What a day for number 4. He's going to go, Coach, why don't you give me every other week off, and I can do this every week. Didn't play last week, but boy, is he playing today.
Yes, he is. Took a week off. Felt they couldn't win last week without him. I think that was pretty smart.
Yep. Trey Sanders going to give him a breather right here. So is Roydell Williams. They're both flanking Bryce Young in the backfield. And this will be Roydell Williams for a 1st down.
There it is. Steve Sarkisian obviously got the Texas head coaching job. Those are the specialists that got drafted in the 1st round, along with Alex Leatherwood and Landon Dickerson.
Here's the big 5 this year.
Bill O'Brien comes, and it's one of the things Bryce Young said why he came here. He said, you know, the coordinators may change, but Nick Saban's staying, and he's going to find another good coordinator to coach me.
Yep. High snap. And Young's going to go down this time, and it's going to be Sam Williams again.
Sam Williams a little quiet today, but he is their best pass rusher. 10 sacks over the last 2 years, number 7, and he wasn't letting go, and then he helps him up afterwards.
A super senior. Brian Robinson getting a little air over there. I don't blame him. 2nd and 15. Young again flushed out of the pocket. Chance Campbell's got him this time. So back-to-back sacks by Ole Miss.
I'll tell you one thing that Alabama needs to clean up. These snaps from Dalcourt, number 71, have been all over the place. This one's way to the left, high and left, and it really throws the quarterback's eyes downfield.
And the timing's off so bad.
It really does. You can't really refocus. It's one thing on the shotgun. When you expect it there, you barely look at the ball. You're still looking downfield. But when it's all over, you got to see the ball to catch it.
This is their longest third down of the day. Young fires, and it's complete.
Nope, can't get up. That's next year, James.
You got to wait a year, but it's first down at the 2.
Jamison Williams says, I'll catch it and go in for a touchdown, but college ball, you got He's just showing the pro scouts he's ready for next year, right?
Down to the 2. 26 yards on a 3rd and 19. They're going to, I think, take a look at this, make sure he didn't pull this off the turf, or is it just a timeout?
Kind of pulled the spring. Bryce was not happy with this throw because he had him so wide open.
I think he got both hands under it.
But he knows if he'd have thrown it accurately, it would have been a touchdown.
Here's from our AT&T 5G pylon cam. Yeah, he got it.
I think he just wanted to get on the pylon.
Well, he said, you know, I was in the end zone 3 times last week. Why can't I just get up and dive in? That was a 26-yarder on 3rd down and 19. Both hands under it.
Yep. Just try to see if he knows. Is he smiling as he goes by the pylon cam? Is he that savvy to know that we got a camera there? Can't tell, but
Bryce Young says the energy that he brings to the team every day is infectious for everybody.
Yeah.
Said he knew when he got here from Ohio State transferring in, he'd already knew the playbook. You know, didn't get here until the summer. We said, well, we think we got a guy that, as Gary said earlier, can take the top off the defense and all of that. Jamie?
Yeah, it's his speed that has impact on this Alabama offense. So fast back in high school. He ran the 300 hurdles as his event in track. He broke a state record back in Missouri, and it was Ezekiel Elliott's record that he broke. So just a little speed here and there. He actually said he caught up between hurdles. That's where he's able to break the record. That's how fast he is, just in straight line.
His whole family's track stars, including his dad, James, his mom, Tiama. His brothers and sisters are all like track people. And he's pretty track savvy as far as having good hands.
You're slow in that family, you don't get to eat.
No. Well, he got it to the 2, where it's 1st and goal. Brian Robinson, the tailback, has carried the mail into the end zone 3 times today. Make it 4. Touchdown, Alabama.
Point of the attack. Darren Dalcourt, number 71, gets a stalemate and allows Robinson to just go where he wants to go. Has to dodge one guy in the hole. You always do in goal line offense. He dodges, and he's in. There's always one guy on block. That's the running backs guy, and he made a miss.
Will Reichert in for the point after.
That's a really good coaching by Nick Saban there, too. Remember, this is a guy that paid his dues, didn't get his opportunity, and Nick saying, this is your year, and we're going to feed you and let you have a good one.
4 for 4. Another Alabama touchdown. That was a look at our Ally Bank game recap. Bryce Young, 2 touchdowns, 220 in the air. Brian Robinson, a career day. 4 touchdowns on the ground. Matt Corral has a rushing touchdown, but nothing else to show for that. 7 points on the Ole Miss side. They're celebrating early. We still got 10:47 to go, but number 1, Alabama en route to their 19th straight win. Mechie's going, I only got 1 today.
Right. Said, sorry, man.
Sorry, man, it's B-Rob's day. B-Rob's day, yeah, right. will be fielded by Ely about a yard deep. And he's not going to make the 15. Ooh. Special teams, everybody's excited getting in on the act right now.
Yeah, if you want to get on the field, the first thing you have to do as a young player is show that you're willing and good at special teams.
And that was Kendrick Blackshire. Comes flying in there, makes the hit. Ole Miss will be in a hole at their own 15-yard line. Get more bang for your bundle. Showtime at Paramount Plus. Together for the first time. Groundbreaking originals, hit movies, live sports like Showtime Championship Boxing, for instance, NFL, and of course SEC football. You can bundle and save Showtime at Paramount Plus, just $9.99 a month for a limited time.
It's got to be for targeting. It's the only thing it can be. And which brings up an important note. How long will Nick Saban keep his starters on defense out there? I mean, if you lose a special team guy, it's one thing. But you get a key targeting to one of your big-time players, you're going to lose him for the first half of the A&M game next week.
So they're looking at number 40, the guy that made the tackle, and
looks like it's on the shoulder.
On the shoulder pad. Gene Steratore is with us. Gene, what do you think?
In this situation, guys, this is a runner, so what they are looking at is the crown of the helmet, not the contact or where it happens, but the dipping of the head, leading with the crown, and then attacking like Kendrick Blackshire does there. That's what they're looking at. And as we see that, we see the head lower, we see contact initiated with the crown of the helmet. And truthfully, this is more dangerous for Blackshire than it is for the runner at that case.
Confirmed targeting.
Gene, just to follow up on that particular play, the running back as well is lowering his helmet. If he would have made contact first, should he have been called in targeting?
Yes, Gary, it's a great point because they will look at both elements of that when that occurs. And you know what? We know that in football we're trying to get lower than our opponent. That's a normal posture, but they want to get the attacking mechanism out of the game when we're using the crown of our helmet. And that's a very good indication that that's what happened on that play.
Great point, Gene. It's most dangerous to Ford at Blackshire.
Corral. Pressure goes down the sideline. Got a man open, and it's Chase Rogers. And Rogers has got it down inside the 30.
Chase Rogers stops on a little 8-yard hook, and then as Matt Corral busts the pocket, has time to throw, you can see he busts his route, and he's wide open.
42-yard pickup. Down to the 28. Now Corral has to haul that thing back in. He almost let go of the football and then tucked it back in and tried to get a yard. Stephen Wynn made the tackle. Second down and 9. As we approach 10 minutes. Drummond's been a little bit quiet. The wide receiver spot. Comes an extra rusher. Going to be a short throw to Parrish. Parrish out of the backfield got to the 20. I think he's a couple yards shy of first. Jordan Battle ran him out of bounds. Third down and short. And of course it's not going to matter. This is 2-down territory for Ole Miss. Third down and a yard. And it's Corral on the keeper, and he slides to a first down.
Brian Branch thought for sure he had a tackle in the backfield for a tackle for a loss, and
he did, except he had the wrong guy.
Had the wrong guy. You see Corral had his eyes on the end man on the line of scrimmage. He sees 14 coming. He just keeps it and goes around.
First down at the 15 of Alabama. To the corner. Caught at the 1. All in by Jackson. Dennis Jackson this time. And it's first and goal.
Decent coverage. Good throw. Great job by the receiver. Getting his body in between the defender and making the play.
And a whistle.
Was he out of bounds? I think they're going to look to see if he waved the ball over the touchdown line and whether it's a touchdown. Comes down in. Does he get it over the pylon? I don't think there's anything there to turn that. No, they overturned that, is there?
No. Well, it looks different there, doesn't it?
Can't tell from the angle that we're looking at it right there. Close enough to look, though.
Yep. Mitchell Wilkins is our replay official. It was the field judge right, basically
right
a yard
there.
away from him.
Exactly. It feels short.
Yeah,
and having that field official right there, it'd be tough to overrule it. What about this look? It feels short to me.
I think so, too. I think he's at the 1.5-foot line, but let's see. Gene, what do you see? We always bring you in for the conversation. It's always nice to have you with us.
Yeah, and you know what? I think even the way that you're explaining it as I'm listening, it feels like, right? It feels like, but we don't see something indisputable to overturn. To me, it feels short as well. The angles that we do have, the football appears to go outside of the pylon as it crosses the goal line. And that's the indicator that they're looking for, because no body part touches the end zone.
Right.
If no body part touches the end zone, that football's got to go above or inside of that pylon for us to have a touchdown. And I just don't see something indisputable.
Don't you get the feeling that the field judge's family is going, oh, come on. My dad got it right there on that one.
Here's a call.
After further review, ruling of the catch and the runner short of the goal line stands.
Okay.
Yeah, Dad got it.
There you go. Dad got it right at the 1.5-foot line. 1st and goal. So Ole Miss trying to get their 2nd touchdown here with 9 minutes and change remaining. Wonder if this Matt Corral all the way. Nope. It's the tailback Parrish. He's closer, but he's not in.
Maybe should have been, but it wasn't. Again, that push inside, those big bodies just standing up that offensive line, nowhere really to go. Feels again that if you want to get it in, you're going to have to push it a little wider.
Drew Sanders was the guy that is going to get credited with the tackle. There's a swarm of defenders there, but somebody in that whole mix-up for Alabama was shaken up. That's Battle, Jordan Battle, starting safety. We'll check on him. 8:50 remaining in the ball game. The Home Depot SEC on CBS is sponsored by Nissan, AT&T, Dr. Pepper, and by Papa John's. Take a look at that last play. Jordan Battle, the starting safety.
Yeah, either his ankle or knee buckled on the play. Looks like his left leg kind of buckles and he falls back. Took him right into the locker room.
Meanwhile, for Ole Miss, 2nd and goal inside the 1. Snoop Connor in the backfield with Matt Corral. And he'll get the carry and the touchdown. Snoop Connor, a 1-yard score.
I think right now Lane Kiffin wants something good to happen for next week. We have positive plays. We're playing Arkansas next week. We want to come away. It's one of the reasons I think he didn't go for it on 4th down. He just didn't want it to build up more bad. Right. He wanted something good to happen at the end of this game going into next week's game in the SEC.
Caden Costa in for the point after. Looked like Alabama was offside on the extra point. There is a flag down in the end zone. Looked like the left side of the front for Alabama might have jumped. Somebody got a head start anyway. watch the top of your screen. Yeah, that's offside.
Josh knew he was off. Just stopped.
Offside. Defense number 28. Penalty is declined. Control the play. Justified.
So the extra point's good.
It's funny, we were just talking about Josh Jobe. They don't even throw at him, so the first time we mention him, it's a penalty the whole game.
Snoop Connor with the touchdown cuts the lead to 42-14. Let's take a look at our GMC game changer.
Well, I'll nominate one guy. Number 4 for Alabama, Brian Robinson. Not only did he change the game with his side running, he used that great offensive line blocking in front of him smartly, moved in between him, and right along the line. Neal, Cohen, Delcourt, Ekiyor Jr. and Owens, those 5 guys with number 4 established the physical run that kind of broke down this 3-2-6 defense for Ole Miss.
And look at the company just joined under Nick Saban. Not a lot of those 5 touchdown games. Look at, they're all against Ole Miss. Najee, and now Brian Carter, who waited his turn behind Najee. They'll kick deep.
That's a free
Holden back there has to scoop it up at the 4 and tiptoe out of bounds at about the 8-yard line. Let's get an update. Adam Zucker in New York. Zuck, what do you got?
All right, Ness, first quarter between Florida and Kentucky. The Gators got a touchdown pass early, but then Will Levis puts mayo in his coffee, and he puts the ball in the hands of Wan'Dale Robinson, the Kentucky native who transferred home from Nebraska. 7-all, about 5 to go in the first quarter.
Kentucky off to a nice start again with a 4-0 record. Ole Miss came in with a 3-0 record. They're going to go back to Oxford with a 3-1 record, unless something very strange happens in the last 8.5 minutes here. 42-14.
It is good to see Tennessee winning some games. You know, Kentucky got a legitimate, they're always going to be physical, legitimate quarterback. They're a handful. That's fun when the whole league top to bottom is competitive.
Ole Miss doing a lot of shuffling on their defensive front here at the 5-yard line with the I formation behind Bryce Young. He's going to get under center, which is kind of a rarity, except short yardage situations. Brian Robinson, and there goes 10 more before he's run out of bounds. Jamie.
Well, it looked bad for Jordan Battle in that defensive series where he was taken to the locker room right away, but his ankle was taped up on the left side. He had ran in the tunnel and he jumped on that left foot a lot. He is back with the team with the helmet on, so he is available.
Okay, Jamie, thanks. That's kind of a sore spot. Harry, you mentioned that earlier, that maybe these aren't quite the safeties of Alabama of yesteryear, and they can't afford to lose too many.
Well, they're experienced more than they were a year ago, and you know, you get coached hard when you're here at Alabama. We were talking to Bill O'Brien, what's the most difference he's had, you know, from even when he was at Penn State to here, and he said the intensity of practice.
Yeah. Bryce Young had to just throw that one in the dirt again as he rolled outside the pocket.
We're there able to see it up close, but he said in a week of preparation at Alabama, the starters will receive between 450 reps of offense.
That's incredible.
That's incredible. 450 times you're practicing 7 run plays.
It becomes robotic. That's why they're so good at it. That's what he says. They just do it over and over and over. Second down and 10. Robinson, little hesitation in the hole, and then powers his way for about 5 more. We talked about it 3 hours ago. Nick Saban 23-0 against his former assistants en route to 24-0. And a lot of pretty good coaches there that still haven't been able to crack that Saban mystique.
Jimbo's going to get a shot again next week.
That's right. And we'll be there in prime time at College Station. You know, you mentioned stuff, if you do mention stuff to Nick Saban like that about 23-0 against his former assistants, and that's about the time when he stood up in our meeting, put his hands in his pocket, then took them back out and said, I don't really care about that. I don't like losing to anybody. Simple as that. Young, throw on the run. Williams, first down.
Again, Young buys time. He made a mistake on interception, but that was a miscommunication between he and Mechie. But when he rides up in the pocket here, It allows for Williams to get open and perfectly thrown ball. I mean, he's put it, you know, one of the things I used to marvel about him, Tua, is he put the ball in targets so many times. And then we watched Mac Jones do it for a whole year last year. You go, boy, have they been lucky back-to-back. Well, and must be recruiting the right guys.
I guess so. It helps. That was a 20-yard strike.
Kind of talk about, after this play, a little bit about Bryce Young and his recruitment in Alabama. That's interesting as well.
Robinson. About 6 more.
You know, Bryce was a highly recruited player since about his sophomore year. And I said, when did you make your first trip? And he said, I came out here as a sophomore. Never thought I was coming. I just wanted to see what it was like.
It's Alabama.
It's Alabama. It's a big game. I wanted to see what Southern football was like. And, you know, the second time I came, he goes, when I got on the plane, I committed. He said, I'm coming here.
Well, the people out in the Pac-12 would not like hearing this, but he said, you know, where I come from, football's kind of a niche type thing. Down here, it's religion. It's every day, 24 hours a day. Well, he's made the journey over here, and he's making the best of it. Brian Robinson had a couple.
You know, at this point, even Lane Kiffin and DJ Durkin, defensive coordinator for Ole Miss, has to warn his players about targeting. They've got a big game against Arkansas next week. They don't want to lose an important player for the first half of the game. So both the defensive squads have to be careful. Did read a little note that they may review this targeting penalty to maybe have 2 types of targeting where you don't get tossed out of the game. I think it's something they need to badly look at.
Roydell Williams in the Alabama backfield, giving Brian Robinson a little breather here. Latu and tight end moving around. High snap again. Quick throw out to JoJo Earl. And he is, I was going to say not get to the sticks. He's really close, but he didn't get there. Unless he gets a favorable spot. Breedlove and Reese over there. It's 4th down and less than a yard.
After Bryce not being tackled when you said he was down, you were like extra careful. Fool me once.
That's right. Exactly. It's 4th down and a couple of feet. And we got a timeout with 4:22 remaining in the ball game. 42-14 Alabama. Into this game, having one of the best starts ever for an Alabama quarterback. He hasn't disappointed fans today either.
He did it with the RPO off of rhythm passing. He also did it when he had time to throw. This throw across the field is one of his best of the day. But his nimbleness against the 3-man rush, I don't think you can rush 3 against him. He puts too much pressure on the secondary to cover too much for too long. I don't think A&M's going to give him a 3-man rush at all. They're coming after him.
There's his numbers. That interception, only the second he's thrown this year. Alabama's right at midfield with 4th down and a yard, and they're going to go for it here.
Or they're going to try and draw him off sides. A lot of different ways to look at this. Challenger offensive line. Or
Brian Robinson says, just give it to me. I got this.
No, he didn't.
He didn't.
I think they were in there. They were challenging his offensive line. Like, let's think that we need this to put a game away. Can you get us 1 yard to win a game? And they couldn't right here.
Good job by Ole Miss to stand him up short. And they'll take over at midfield. Ole Miss, their upcoming schedule is how it looks.
It's rated as, along with Arkansas all the time, as the toughest in the country, and moving, not the reason they're playing the same teams, basically, right?
Exactly. On the ground, Parrish. Nice cutback run, and a pickup of 10.
And as Jamie reported, Jordan Battle did not only come back on the field, but he is in the game.
Good job that time. The handoff to Parrish.
Again, you could see the Ole Miss offense when it works. They're running. They're running first, and then they go from there.
In this case, to the air, maybe. late throw, but a completion down around the 25, and then backpedaling. Still going to be a first down. Ontario Drummond.
Great play by Matt Corral on that one. He's got all the tools to play not only high level at this level, but play at the next level. He walks away from a sack, and look at that throw. Off balance, dead-footed, right in there.
Parrish, big opening up the middle and slides down. Shy of the first down, but right near the 21-yard line. Go in hurry here. Corral keeps it on the ground to Parrish again. He might not get it. He's close. His knee touchdown, though, about a foot shy. The quarterback comparison. You look at those if you haven't watched the game, and you go, well, they both did good.
So what's not in there? The ability for Alabama to run, to complement that.
Brian Robinson's 4 touchdowns, too. Yeah. Parrish, now they are running a little bit better. First down. Just under 3 minutes to go. Ole Miss only has 1 timeout remaining. At the 15. Corral. Quick throw and not taking the ball with him.
Sanders that time,
Brandon
right?
Sanders, yep.
He was trying to kind of turn up and score at the same time he caught it.
You just see he was going, okay, where am I going with this?
Yep.
I forgot the ball.
Slightly behind, but you expect your guys to catch those.
Right. Well, if Ole Miss indeed scores here, you're going to hear Nick Saban say, well, we didn't play with intensity all the way to the end like the Miami game and the Florida game.
Something to use next week.
Exactly. Second down from the 15. And timeout, and that's the last timeout for Ole Miss. With 2:44 left, and Matt Corral didn't like the looks of whatever, and they're trying to get another touchdown desperately. This Thursday, get ready to be scared funny with the premiere of a new series, Ghosts. Comedy that's sure to lift your spirits. Ghosts. Join the Powerhouse Comedy lineup Thursday at 9, 8 Central here on CBS.
So Ole Miss is averaging 83 plays a game this year. They had 86 last year, 88 the year before. It's only 60 plays so far in this game. They've not been able to convert third downs.
Matt Corral looking for a touchdown pass. Looking just to have time to throw a pass. And that one's out of bounds. Drummond was the closest guy, but he just threw it over there to the sideline.
Remember, we started this game by talking to Lane, Jeff Levy, Matt Corral. What's the most important thing? Tempo. They wanted to run up those plays on this Alabama defense. The first drive, they had it.
Right.
And since then, these is kind of, honestly to me, kind of garbage yards right here at the end of the game. I know Coach Saban may get upset, but, you know, this game is over.
Well, third down and 10. They didn't come in with the greatest third down percentage, but they were great on fourth down. Here comes the house at Corral, and it's incomplete. Dropped by Snoop Connor. And it's fourth down.
Good job by Jalen Moody, number 42 that time. He's on an all-out blitz. Unless the back goes. Free back, he's got to peel. So his assignment is go get the quarterback unless the back is hot. And he does it.
Well, here's probably the last gasp for Ole Miss from the 15. They can get a first down at the 5. To the end zone, over everybody. And it flags down.
Job's going to get called, I think, for grabbing him on the double move. I think it's Josh Jobe. Inside, inside, inside. Then he breaks.
Yep.
Just collisioned him enough to throw him off, and that drew the flag.
Pass interference. Defense number 28.
You can hear it over the crowd booing. It's going to be put down at the 2 because it happened in the end zone.
The crowd is saying it's an uncatchable ball, but he He did stop the motion of the receiver on the play. It was a bump. It wasn't a big hold on the play. Inside leverage, and then the ball sails wide, and most of the fans saying that is impossible to catch.
So at the 2, 1st and goal. Corral to the end zone. This time he's got it to Rodgers, the tight end, for the touchdown. The streak of touchdown passes for Matt Corral continues. A short one to Rodgers for the score.
Coming right at you, left side. Tight end goes in, gets inside on Helms, number 2. The safety breaks out. Really hard to cover that. You're flat-footed safety, and then that receiver breaks in and out. Good play, good design. Nice little drive after the 4th down stop against Alabama.
Caden Costa's point after. Up and good. With 2:23 remaining in the ballgame. So it's been cut to a 3-touchdown lead. 50-yard drive and 9 plays, and the scoring toss makes it 42-21.
Reluctantly crouched at the starting line. Engines pumping and thumping in time. The green light flashes, the flags go up. Churning and burning, they yearn for the cup. They dominate over and muscle for rank. Fuel burning fast on an empty tank. Well, he's going the distance. Well, he's going for speed.
New stars, new beginnings, high stakes. The new season has begun.
He's going the distance.
42-21. Nick Saban not that happy during the timeout with that last touchdown and whatever else occurred. So Ken Williamson got an earful. Matt Corral with a touchdown. Most consecutive games with a touchdown pass in Ole Miss history. Chad Kelly had the longest, just tied Eli Manning.
He's going to make a run at Chad Kelly's record, I think.
Yeah. So let's see if we see the onside kick here from Costa. Kind of a looper. It's going to go out of bounds right at the 35, which is pretty much where they're going to put it anyway. Coming up after our game, Adam, Rick, and BJ will have the day's best highlights on a college football postgame show presented by Rocket Mortgage. So no timeouts left for Ole Miss. So it's at the 40 after the 5-yard walk-off. When I said it would have been the same spot anyway, not quite yet. That he penalized something, so not the 35, but the 40. And Brian Robinson still out there.
Remember, in between each down, there's 40 seconds of snap, so that's 120 seconds. They're pretty close to having this game finished without even making a first down.
Actually going to lose a couple of yards on this play, but that's not what they care about now. As Gary said, it's just the clock. So Robinson, 161 yards. Quite a day, including 4 touchdowns. Actually 162 yards now with that 2-yard loss on 34 carries.
Pretty easy for Bryce Young. He takes that clock down to 3 seconds max.
Down to 1.5. Brian Robinson wants some of that yardage back, and he got it. Another tough run. They're sick of looking at number 4 right now.
Yeah, I bet they are.
35th carry for Brian Robinson. So Ole Miss has got to regroup. They had a week off before this game, and Lane Kiffin said, I kind of wish we just would have kept playing because we were playing pretty well, and it's a little bit early for a bye.
I think they knew, though, that they had to play a perfect game to win. You know, that means converting those 4th down plays, no turnovers, just a few too many things they couldn't do. They couldn't get their offense going. I still think that first fourth down play might have been the play of the game for Ole Miss.
This time they're going to hold him up at the line of scrimmage for no gain.
Yeah, and that's going to be the end of the game. They will not have to snap it.
That is a workhorse right there. Number 4 with a 4-touchdown game. And Alabama came in 4-0. They go to the locker room 5-0. And another good performance by number 9 as well, Bryce Young. A couple of touchdown passes, very efficient. And Lane Kiffin and Nick Saban, the handshake. And they head their opposite ways, and Nick Saban is now 24-0 against former assistants that are head coaches or have been elsewhere.
Well, I'll tell you, even if you're not an ex-assistant coach, he's tough to beat.
That's for sure. I said he doesn't care about the ex-assistants. I just don't want to lose to anybody. 42-21. Alabama goes to 5-0. And let's go to Jamie.
Coach, you see a young man like Brian Robinson wait his turn in this program and then have a day like this. How happy does that make you in terms of his production?
Well, it makes me really happy for him because, you know, he's been hurt up a little bit. We knew we were going to have to run the ball in this game. The offensive line and B-Rob both really delivered in the game, so it was great.
Your defense made a statement to start this game on that 4th down, but you seem frustrated towards the end here. Was it just not another 60-minute completion that you like?
Well, I don't think we maintained our intensity and finished the game like we liked. You know, we want to finish the game on offense. We didn't make it on 4th and less than 1, and then we gave them good field position, which, you know, maybe we should have just punted, but, you know, we like to give them stuff. We just executed some things in the end, which you don't like to ever see.
And Bryce Young continues to grow in front of your eyes. Is there anything that rattles this young man?
No, he plays really well. He's reads things really well. I think a lot of the stuff that they do with the 8-drop stuff is really, you know, a little more difficult for the quarterback, but I thought all in all he did a really good job today.
Thank you, Coach.
All right, thank you.
Well, seemed like a pretty happy coach, especially with that guy's performance.
I think so, and I think the message during that timeout when they wanted to go 4th and 1 is let's see if we can make a first down to win the game. Right. I think that's why he got Nick on a bad mood, and it just continued from there.
Well, Gary said a couple of seconds ago he thinks the play of the game was the 4th down stop, and it's time for the play of the game presented by Jersey Mike Subs. Let's take you back. Ole Miss is driving down the field.
First drive of the game.
They get it down this close, and the big play by the Alabama defense to make the stop, and they go 94 yards for a touchdown. And here's how Eli Gold called that stop.
4th and a yard. Running back. Ely finds an opening. Gets stacked up. I don't think he got there. I don't believe he made it. I don't believe he made it. Alabama's Jordan Battle came through, helped by others, and they took it away from Ely.
You believed properly, Eli, because after that stop, Alabama went 94 yards and 13 plays in 6.5 minutes to get their first touchdown and then to roll on to a 42-21 win. That's going to do it. For Gary Danielson, Jamie Erdahl, Gene Steratore, and our entire CBS group, Brad Nessler saying so long from Tuscaloosa. Final score, top-ranked Alabama 42, number 12 Ole Miss 21. We'll get you back to Adam Zucker and company for the college football postgame show presented by Rocket Mortgage right after these messages. So long from Tuscaloosa. See ya under the lights next week in College Station. So long.